Lights, camera, action. Welcome back, fellow cinephiles, to another episode of Real Talk. I'm your host, Josh Bell, and today we are continuing our dive into the captivating realm of cult classics. And today's journey takes us into the bone-chilling masterpiece that has haunted audiences for generations, Night of the Living Dead. Get ready to dive deep into the heart of horror as we dissect the eerie allure and enduring legacy of this iconic film. As we journey through the shadowy corridors of cinematic history, Night of the Living Dead emerges as a beacon of terror, a timeless tale of survival against the odds. From its spine-tingling scares to its thought-provoking social commentary, this film has carved out a permanent place in the annals of cult cinema. So grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and prepare to be spellbound as we unravel the mysteries behind the undead uprising that still sends shivers down our spines to this day. Join us as we embark on a cinematic odyssey through the twisted landscapes of Night of the Living Dead, where every frame pulses with tension, every shadow conceals a lurking terror, and every scream echoes through the halls of history. So sit tight, hold onto your seats, and let's dive headfirst into the heart of darkness together. Get ready, because it's about to get spooky. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for a spine-tingling ride through the plot of Night of the Living Dead. Picture this, a quiet cemetery in rural Pennsylvania where siblings Barbara and Johnny pay their respects to their late father. But what starts as a somber visit takes a terrifying turn when they're attacked by a mysterious figure. Johnny meets a grisly end, leaving Barbara to flee for her life to a nearby farmhouse. But Barbara's nightmare is far from over. As she seeks refuge in the farmhouse, she encounters Ben, a rugged and resourceful stranger who's seeking shelter from the undead nightmare unfolding outside. Together, they barricade themselves, hoping to survive the night as the walking dead besiege the house. As the hours tick by, more survivors trickle in, each with their own tale of terror and loss. The Cooper family, Harry, Helen, and their daughter Karen arrive seeking sanctuary, but tensions quickly escalate as personalities clash and tempers flare under the pressure of imminent danger. With the farmhouse surrounded and communication cut off, the survivors are forced to confront their worst fears. Ben emerges as a reluctant leader, devising a plan to fortify their defenses and hold off the relentless onslaught of zombies. But dissent brews within the group, as Harry insists they retreat to the safety of the cellar, sparking a power struggle that threatens to tear them apart. Meanwhile, the terror outside only intensifies, with waves of undead pressing against their makeshift barricades. Each passing moment brings fresh horrors and mounting casualties, testing the survivors' resolve and sanity. In a harrowing climax, Ben finds himself the last man standing, fighting desperately to fend off the encroaching horde. But just as victory seems within reach, tragedy strikes in the form of unforeseen betrayal, leaving him vulnerable to a fatal ambush. As the night gives way to dawn, rescue finally arrives, but those who survive, this nightmare is far from over. Night of the Living Dead leaves us grappling with the chilling realization that the true horror may lie not in the undead, but in the darkness lurking within ourselves. We'll take a quick break right here, and we'll come back and talk about the soundtrack. All right, let's take a closer look into the chilling soundtrack that accompanies the relentless horror of Night of the Living Dead. First off, let's talk about that iconic main theme. Composed by the talented John Harrison, it's a haunting melody that seeps into your bones from the very beginning. As the film opens, that eerie, repetitive riff starts playing, setting the stage for the terror to come. It's like a musical harbinger of doom, warning us that something sinister is lurking in the shadows. What's remarkable about the theme is its simplicity. It's not flashy or bombastic, but it's incredibly effective at setting the tone and building tension. But the genius of the soundtrack doesn't stop there. Throughout the film, Harrison's compositions are used strategically to amplify the scares and keep us on the edge of our seats. Whether it's the discordant strings that underscore moments of intense suspense, or the unsettling silence that accompanies scenes of dread-filled anticipation. Every musical choice feels perfectly calibrated to send shivers down our spines. What I really love about the soundtrack, though, is its ability to create atmosphere. It's not just about the music itself, but how it interacts with the visuals to immerse us in the world of film. Take, for example, the scenes where the survivors are holed up in the farmhouse. Desperately trying to fend off the undead horde, the music ramps up the tension, adding an extra layer of dread to an already terrifying situation. And let's not forget the sound effects. From the guttural moans of the zombies to the creaking of floorboards underfoot, every sound is carefully crafted to enhance the sense of unease. It's these subtle details that make the horror feel all too real, drawing us further into the nightmare unfolding on screen. The soundtrack of Night of the Living Dead is a masterpiece of atmospheric horror. It's not just background music, but a vital component of this film's ability to scare the living daylights out of us. So the next time you watch, pay close attention to the music. You might find yourself jumping at shadows. And with that, we'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the themes. So let's take a look at some of the thematic elements within Night of the Living Dead. This is a film that transcends its horror genre trappings to become a profound commentary on the human condition and society at large. At its core, Night of the Living Dead serves as a chilling reflection of the anxieties and uncertainties of its time. Released in 1968 amidst a backdrop of social upheaval and political unrest, the film taps into the collective fears of the audience. The farmhouse, isolated and besieged by the undead, becomes a metaphor for a society in crisis, grappling with the breakdown of norms and the erosion of trust. Central to the film's thematic exploration is the examination of human nature under extreme circumstances. As the survivors huddle together in the farmhouse, we witness a microcosm of society in miniature, with its inhabitants forced to confront their own morality and ethics. Ben, our protagonist, embodies resilience and adaptability, striving to lead the group to safety despite the odds clearly stacked against him. On the other side, characters like Harry represent the darker impulses of humanity, prioritizing self-preservation over collective survival. Through their interactions and choices, the film poses profound questions about the essence of humanity and the fragility of societal bonds. Race also plays a pivotal role in the film. The decision to cast Dwayne Jones, a black actor, as the lead protagonist was groundbreaking for its time and adds layers of complexity to the narrative. In a period marked by racial tension and civil rights struggles, Ben's presence challenges traditional stereotypes and underscores the universality of the human experience. His ultimate fate at the hands of a group of white vigilantes serves as a stark indictment of the persistence of racism and prejudice, even in the face of a common threat. Night of the Living Dead is also a meditation on the nature of fear itself. The zombies, with their relentless pursuit of the living, symbolizes our deepest anxieties. The fear of the unknown, of losing control of our own mortality. But beyond the external threat of the undead, the film forces us to confront the darkness that resides within ourselves. In the claustrophobic confines of the farmhouse, the survivors grapple not only with the horrors outside, but also with the demons lurking within their own hearts. Ultimately, Night of the Living Dead transcends its status as a mere horror film to become a timeless allegory for the human condition. It's a testament to the enduring power of cinema to provoke thought, challenge assumptions, and hold a mirror to society. And that's why, over 5 decades since its release, it continues to captivate and disturb audiences around the world. With that, we'll take another quick break right here and come back and talk about the cast and crew who brought the film to life. Let's take a few moments to really appreciate the remarkable individuals who breathe life into Night of the Living Dead, both in front of and behind the camera. Each member of the cast and crew played a pivotal role in shaping this film and ensuring its enduring legacy in the annals of cinema. First and foremost, we have to acknowledge visionary director George A. Romero. With Night of the Living Dead, Romero didn't just redefine the horror genre, he fundamentally altered the course of filmmaking history. His bold and unflinching approach to storytelling, coupled with his keen eye for social commentary, set a new standard for horror cinema. And at the heart of the film is Dwayne Jones, whose groundbreaking portrayal of the resourceful and resilient protagonist Ben shattered racial barriers and challenged Hollywood conventions. Jones brought a depth and complexity to the character that transcended the genre, elevating Night of the Living Dead into a powerful mediation on race, identity, and survival. But Jones wasn't alone in delivering standout performances. Judith O'Dea's portrayal of Barbara, the traumatized young woman grappling with the horrors unfolding around her, is haunting and deeply affecting. Carl Hardman and Marilyn Eastman as the bickering couple, Harry and Helen Cooper, infuse their characters with a raw intensity that mirrors the desperation of their situation. Behind the camera, Romero assembled a team of talented individuals who shared his vision and dedication to bringing his nightmare to life. Cinematographer George Romero himself captured the stark beauty of the Pennsylvania landscape with breathtaking precision. His use of black and white photography adds a timeless quality to the film, accentuating its atmosphere in dread and despair. And let's not forget those contributions of composer John Harrison, whose haunting score haunts our dreams. Harrison's music sets the perfect tone for the film's atmospheric horror, from the eerie main theme that lingers in the mind to the discordant strings that ratchet up the tension to unbearable levels. In addition to the core cast and crew, Night of the Living Dead owes much of its success to the dedication and passion of its producers and collaborators. From the independent filmmakers who scraped together the film's modest budget, to the distributors who championed its release, Night of the Living Dead is a testament to the power of collaboration and creativity in the face of adversity. So Night of the Living Dead stands as a testament to talent and dedication of cast and crew, from Romero's vision to the unforgettable performance of its ensemble cast. Every aspect of this film comes together to create a masterpiece that continues to chill and inspire audiences around the globe. We'll take a quick break right here, and when we get back, we'll talk about why this film falls into cult film status. All right, let's unravel the mystery behind why Night of the Living Dead has ascended to the hallowed halls of cult film status. Strap in, because we're about to embark on a journey through the twisted corridors of horror history. First and foremost, Night of the Living Dead earns its cult status through its sheer audacity and innovation. Director George Romero didn't just create a horror film, he crafted a visceral, unapologetic nightmare that defied convention at every turn. Released in 1968, at a time when the horror genre was dominated by Hammer films and gothic melodrama, Night of the Living Dead dared to push boundaries of what was considered acceptable on screen. With its graphic violence, bleak atmosphere, and unrelenting tension, the film shocked audiences and critics alike, leaving a mark on the cinematic landscape. But what truly sets Night of the Living Dead apart is its subversive social commentary. Beneath its surface-level scares lies a searing indictment of society itself. The film's setting, an isolated farmhouse besieged by the undead, serves as a metaphor for the breakdown of civilization and the fragility of societal norms. Through its diverse cast of characters and their interactions, Night of the Living Dead explores themes of race, class, and the human condition with a depth and nuance rarely seen in horror cinema. Speaking of the cast, the film boasts a diverse ensemble of characters who defy traditional stereotypes and expectations. Dwayne Jones, an African American actor cast in the lead role, was a decision that was radical for its time and added layers of complexity to the narrative. Ben's status as a strong, capable protagonist challenged prevailing notions of race and identity, while his ultimate fate at the hands of the white mob served as a stark commentary on the persistence of racism and prejudice. And beyond its thematic depth, Night of the Living Dead is also revered for its technical prowess and DIY spirit. Shot on a shoestring budget in rural Pennsylvania, the film is a testament to the power of resourcefulness and creativity in the face of limited resources. From its gritty cinematography to its haunting score, every aspect of the film reflects the passion and dedication of its creators. But perhaps the most compelling reason why Night of the Living Dead has achieved cult status is its enduring influence on popular culture. The film's iconic imagery, the lumbering, flesh-eating zombies, the isolated farmhouse, the relentless sense of dread has been imitated, parodied, and homaged countless times in the decades since its release. Its impact can be felt in everything from the countless sequels and spin-offs it inspired to the modern zombie craze that continues to captivate audiences around the world. Night of the Living Dead is considered a cult classic for a multitude of reasons. Its audacity and innovation, its subversive social commentary, its diverse cast of characters, its technical prowess, and its enduring influence on popular culture. It's a film that continues to shock, provoke, and inspire audiences decades after its release, and its status as a cult classic is a testament to its enduring power and influence. We'll take a quick break right here. When we come back, we'll see what kind of trivia we can find. All right, let's talk about some intriguing trivia about Night of the Living Dead that I hope adds some layers of fascination to this already legendary film. First, let's rewind to the film's inception. Did you know that Night of the Living Dead was originally conceived as a horror comedy? That's right, originally director George Romero and his co-writer John Russo envisioned the film as a tongue-in-cheek romp through a zombie apocalypse. However, as production progressed, the tone shifted towards a darker, more serious portrayal of the undead uprising. The result? A film that straddles the line between horror and social commentary with moments of macabre humor interspersed throughout. Now let's talk about the iconic film zombies. While today's zombie makeup effects are often elaborate and sophisticated, the undead denizens of Night of the Living Dead were created using simple techniques and household items. Makeup artist Tony Pantanella used mortician's wax, chocolate syrup, and even instant coffee to achieve that desired ghoulish effect. Talk about some DIY ingenuity. Speaking of makeup, did you know the film's most iconic zombie, affectionately known as Cemetery Zombie, was portrayed by none other than Bill Hinzman, who's also served as the film's assistant cameraman. That's right, Hinzman's eerie portrayal of the shambling corpse in the film's opening sequence set the tone for the undead mayhem that follows and cemented his status as a horror icon. And here's a fun bit of trivia. The farmhouse where much of the film takes place was actually slated for demolition shortly after production wrapped. However, a group of dedicated fans rallied together to save the iconic location from destruction. Today, the farmhouse stands as a beloved landmark for horror fans and serves as a pilgrimage site for those looking to pay homage to the film that started it all. And finally, let's talk about the film's legacy. Night of the Living Dead wasn't just a box office success, it was a cultural phenomenon that forever changed the landscape of horror cinema. Its influence can be felt in everything from the countless sequels and spin-offs it spawned to the modern zombie craze that continues to captivate audiences worldwide. It's a testament to the enduring power of creativity, resourcefulness, and passion in the face of adversity. So there's some trivia I found pretty fascinating for Night of the Living Dead that I hope adds an extra layer of fascination to this horror classic, from its humble beginnings to its lasting impact on popular culture. It is a film that continues to captivate and even terrify us all these decades later. We'll take one last quick break right here, and when we get back, we'll wrap up the episode and give you our rating. As we bid farewell to our exploration of Night of the Living Dead, it's impossible not to be swept up by the sheer magnitude of its impact. This film isn't just a horror flick, it's a cultural force that has left an indelible mark on the landscape of cinema. Reflecting on the journey we've taken through the twisted corridors of this cult classic, it's evident that Night of the Living Dead isn't just about scaring audiences with jump scares and gore. It's about holding up a mirror to society and forcing us to confront our deepest fears and darkest impulses. From its subversive social commentary to its innovative filmmaking techniques, every aspect of this film speaks to its enduring relevance and power. And so it's with great pleasure and absolute conviction that I bestow upon Night of the Living Dead a critical rating of 10 out of 10. This film isn't just a masterpiece. It's a cultural touchstone, a beacon of creativity and defiance in the face of convention. Now, our journey doesn't end here, dear listeners. No, we're just getting started. Join us next time as we continue our deep dive into cult classics with a review of Sam Raimi's original, The Evil Dead. Get ready for more thrills, chills, and surprises as we uncover the hidden gems and untold stories of cinema. And remember, your voices are what make Real Talk come alive. Whether you want to share your thoughts on Night of the Living Dead or suggest a film for us to cover in the future, we would love to hear from you. Reach out to us via email at therealtalk@gmail.com or connect with us on Instagram and Threads at Real Talk. Until next time, keep watching, keep loving, and keep those reels rolling. Thanks, everyone.